Star Wars was my first, my one official true love. And it all started because of Cartoon Network itself. The fact that they put on a program called Star Wars The Clone Wars didn't only entrance me, but the whole community of young men. This show taught us what war was like. This show taught us what being a man was like. It taught us about justice. It taught us about loyalty. It taught us about love. It taught us about relationships. It taught us everything. And the biggest betrayal in that whole freaking show was one person, one character called Barriss Offee. This video right here is about her, the total life circle of a character all of us have grown to hate, but who may not really deserve all the hate she gets. But I digress. We have to start from the beginning. Barriss Offee was an apprentice of a Jedi Master called Luminara Unduli, a very poised Jedi who actually went by the book in every situation, which was a big contrast to Anakin Skywalker, who didn't care and did everything he wanted to do because he wanted to do it. Their personalities didn't mix, which was weird because both of their apprentices were good friends. Ahsoka and Barriss Offee were originally close freaking friends. But everything changed when Ahsoka was blamed for a crime she did not commit. She was arrested, disgraced, discarded from the Jedi Order. Nobody took her side but her master, Anakin Skywalker. And this pushed Anakin to the edge. We saw a version of Anakin we have never seen before. And this version, I really freaking like. It's just a shame we got him at the end of the Clone Wars. He was brutal. He was a savage, especially for the fact that he was trying to clear his apprentice's name, and he was going to get the answers one way or another. He tracked down Asajj Ventress, got the answers he wanted, and found out that the person who betrayed his precious apprentice was her best friend, Barriss Offee. I think I speak for most Star Wars fans when I say this moment defined everything for me, because this was when I saw true betrayal. There was no hate, no spite between them. She betrayed Ahsoka because she wanted to, and this enraged me. So when Anakin struck, I smiled. Anakin was enraged, and so was I. He took out his anger on Barriss, and she was smiling, disrespecting him still, forcing Anakin to dual wield. And this was the first time we have ever seen Anakin dual wield. It was iconic. But the thing is, Shorty was fighting back, but it was pointless. He was the chosen one. Anakin put that pressure on Shorty, and he pushed her back, pinning her to the ground and arresting her. But because of this new Disney Channel Plus series, Tales of the Republic, we get to see the end of Barriss, and we get to see that Shorty wasn't all bad. I mean, she was bad, don't get me wrong, but she wasn't all bad. She had to watch from her prison cell as the Jedi temple she once called home was destroyed by the Empire itself. She was conflicted. She was in jail. She didn't know what had transpired. She didn't know about Order 66. She was just there, only to find out that one of her fellow younglings has become a member of this supposed order. So she follows her for training. This training, unbeknown to her, was training in the dark side, which she excelled at because she had already dabbled in it prior in the other series, The Clone Wars. If you have watched The Mandalorian or Rebels, you know where this base is. It's like the headquarters for Inquisitors, who, in my opinion, suck really hard. I really hate Inquisitors because they're so weak. All except the Grand Inquisitor himself. He was the shit because he was a former Jedi. Every former Jedi that turned bad are always OP, but Inquisitors on the base level just suck. I don't know why they're so weak, but they're weak. Anyways, Barriss goes to train, and she's met with two other recruits. Well, one of them dies for no reason, so it's left with two. She trains personally with the Grand Inquisitor, and this is the first time in a Disney show we see blood being drawn. It was intense. I mean, I felt like this show was very mature for Disney Plus, if I'm being honest. I mean, the first time I can make a note of seeing blood, that's intense. Anyways, she trains and she has to fight her mates, but she just chokes him out and breaks his neck instantly. She was on a dark side mode throughout this episode. And when she was appointed to her new post as an Inquisitor, this is when we see her boss. His presence, I felt it. If anyone has aura, it is Darth Vader himself, standing before her. The person who once betrayed his precious apprentice was standing in front of him. I honestly thought he was going to choke her out, but props for him for being mature. Anyways, Barriss Offee went on her first mission to go find a Jedi that was on the run and in the outskirts. And when nobody wanted to tell her partner where he was, Shorty whipped out her blade and decimated everyone. I mean, it was a straight up massacre, if I'm being real. Only to get bodied by the freaking Jedi she was looking for. It was so annoying. Like, bro, you killed all those innocents, but you cannot even face another Jedi. Shame on you. Even Barriss stood a better chance, but that's because she was a former Jedi. I told you Inquisitors suck. Even at the end when Barriss decided, nah, she doesn't want to be a killer, she still beat Shorty. Like, Inquisitors just suck, my god. They're basically fathers, a downgrade from Sith Lords. Anyways, we get a time skip and we see old lady Barriss. She was more enlightened now. She was on her Obi-Wan shit because she was protecting a child as well from this demon who for sure tracked her. And sadly, this was her last battle, dying in the arms of her fellow sister. Such a waste of a life.